Hey there, fellow marketers, Professor Wolters here, and before you get started on your B2B social media, I have some words of advice for you, okay? And the first thing is make sure you're investing in a strategic plan. Your social media plan, look, you needed to develop one of those for your business when you're going online, because you don't want to be pointing in all different directions, right? You want to know the exact place you're going, and that strategic plan will help you out by setting up what are your goals for your social media? What are the objectives you want to achieve with this social media? What are your strategies going forward? But also, what are the tactics you're going to do to get there? And so you really have to really think about this. Like, yeah, look, I have to sit down and invest the time and energy to develop a plan. Because over the years, I've taught many years at many universities, and what I've seen when it comes to social media is many companies will just hire an intern and say, you just take care of it, do whatever you want. No. You cannot do that with social media. And B2B, when it comes to B2B social media, you have to have that plan. So invest in that strategic plan, whether it is to let people know about a new product update that's coming out, or it's to help build a community spirit with potential new clients. You have to have a plan when you're out there, and that's my first thing you have to do. My second advice for you when you're doing social media in B2B is hire a social media team. Look, having some unpaid intern do it or just, why don't you do it on the side? Look, you get what you pay for. If I'm paying someone to be the sales rep and then say, do the social media too, they're going to focus on the sales, not the social media. And the intern that's coming in for 3 months for the summer to drink coffee and do a presentation after 3 months, they're not going to have as much stuff. You need to hire people and pay people to do your social media. So that is their job, because they only focus on that. They're not focusing on other things. And that's where I get so frustrated, where I see companies that just kind of use it as a secondary add-on job to somebody else. You don't want to do that. If you want your social media to be successful, you have to have someone that is just focused on it, or a team that's just focused on the social media. Now, my next word of advice for you is make sure you really use the right social media tools to help you out. And when I say the right tools, I mean the right platforms, right? Where are your clients at? Like, what social media platforms are they on? If you see that they're, that when they look thinking about business stuff, they're on LinkedIn and Facebook, then you need to be on LinkedIn and Facebook. If you see that they don't really have one in particular, okay, well, maybe we need to spread it out to learn more information about them. But the thing is there's a lot of different tools that are out there for you to use. You can use things like SurveyMonkey to send out surveys to ask questions to your clients to learn more about what they need. Or you can always call them too. That's a key thing as well. But also there's email services that are out there that can have you email your clients. They can tailor the emails just for them. But it really comes down to is just finding the right tools that make it easier for you to reach out to your customers. Sometimes it's using a scheduler like Hootsuite, where you can schedule out your tweets and your Facebook posts all at the same time instead of having to do it. Okay, we want it to go out at 6 o'clock in the morning. Hey, Sahil, could you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and post this? No, you can schedule it out. So look and see what tools are out there for use, because they can make your life so much easier when it comes to running your social media. Now, my next word of advice for you is don't forget that content is king. I talk about this in all my social media videos, especially in the B2B world, because people think, I'll just tell them the price in my post and that's all that matters. Well, yeah, that's kind of important, but you have to realize it still has to be good content. It has to give people a reason to watch, a reason for people to read, a reason for people to stop scrolling by. Okay? Good content gets people to read your stuff or watch your stuff, even when they're not thinking about buying your type of product. Okay? So really focus on developing good blogs, right? And having good videos and good content and good infographics, because in this sense, B2B social media and B2C social media are the same. People do not want to see boring blog content. They want content that adds value. And that value could be humor, that value could be education, that value could be entertainment, that value could be the price, right? But they're adding something so they grow from it. And really, what you want to make sure is when you're making that great content, or at least good content, you don't want to be spamming them, right? Because the last thing you want is for your emails or your posts to go to the ignore or the junk or the spam folder. No, you don't want that. You want the good content to come through, and always ask yourself, if I was this client, if I were clients, would I want to receive this post? Before you send any post, before you click send, first spell check and grammar check, that's a key one, and then go, would I want to get this? How is this inspiring me? So that great content, that good content that you're making, make sure it is. Look at it, because sometimes you're like, you know what, that isn't really good. I'm not going to send that. I mean, I make videos that I never post because I'm like, you know what, that's not good enough. All right, and so you might want to do the same thing. You realize, you know what, that post isn't really going to help us out. That update really isn't going to be adding a lot to them. Look, you don't have to bombard them. If you bombard them, they eventually turn you away. You want to have a nice balance of how much content you make, and that's why you always want to go for quality content over quantity of content. And my last little word of advice when it comes to B2B social media marketing is don't forget to connect with your partners and your customers that are on this journey with you. You know, when you are selling to a group and they're okay with you talking about, say, we really enjoyed working with our distributors with Coca-Cola Key West. Hey, you know what? If we're talking about them, that's, of course, more words for them, more free publicity for our customers, and our customers see that like, oh, they're showing commitments to us. They're using us. We're collaborating together. You do that, that builds bonds. Okay, I mean, think about it. When someone posts a picture of you and they tag you, you notice it. Because, oh, there's me in it. And if it's a good picture of you, you know, like we talked about with the profiles and stuff, you're probably going to share it. If it's a bad one, they're not going to, but at least like, oh, at least they thought to share with me. I mean, think about it. How many of you have a friend that posted an ugly picture of you? You still told them, hey, Mike, can you take that picture down? I look really bad. But at least you're talking to them. It gets people to communicate. So those people you're collaborating with, the partners you're working with, remember, we're all working together to keep businesses going in the B2B sense, right? I'm selling your stuff so you can sell your stuff. And so work with them, get those things on there, share the wins that everybody has with your products, and that can help you build a better relationship with your other B2B customers because they show that, hey, you're willing to talk about us and share us. Now, not every customer wants to be talked about, but it is something when you learn more about your customers that can help you out. That's why when we're in the beginning investing in that strategic plan, we're going to be looking up and understanding our clients better. All right. So I have another video that's talking about what you should know before you join the social media like frenzy out there. So this video and that video kind of go together to get you started on social media marketing for the B2B world. So I hope this helps you get out there and start making some good content to help out your B2B customers. I wish you all the best, and I'll say bye from here in Key West.